And over here, we have this kind of solidarity payments and consolidation, compensation payments for clubs that's paid through the transfers of players afterwards when they become professional. And so that starts from around the age of 12. So there's actually a kind of like I wouldn't say a hidden industry, but a lot of parents aren't aware that it's in the interests of these professional clubs or professional academies to get their players roped in as early as possible onto their books so that they can go through the system, and then eventually when they're sold off a professional, then money can be earned from them. And the clubs, these academies need to be compensated, of course, and the system is very good. In fact, the compensation solidarity payment system is very good. But a lot of parents are unaware that there are multiple pathways, and some of them have education at the center, and some of them are purely driven about maximizing the value from a potential player. With the chances of making it so difficult into professional football, I would kind of say that a lot of the players in academies are in fact almost just making up the numbers.
No, you're absolutely right. There's a lot of like up in Glasgow, Celtic and Rangers are your two biggest clubs. Now, when I was in at Motherwell, we roughly had a squad of about 41, and you knew that because the squad numbers that you wore and that the boys wore went up to 41 and 42, and that was the last number. Now, when you're looking at like your Celtics and your Rangers, they maybe bring on a young boy to play in a game and they're number 89. And you're like, well, if he's number 89, I'm sure there's going to be boys after that as well. And in Scotland, you've got the YTS system, which is like your first 2 years professional. It's kind of like your apprenticeship that you would do before being offered a full-time professional contract. And the YTS is a government-issued scheme, so the club also receive money through the government from that as well. So as much as you think when I was in at Motherwell, yeah, I'm a full-time footballer, I'm picking up £125 a week, and I thought I was one of the big dogs on campus, where you're definitely not. Like, the government's actually probably paying the majority of that. It's not really the club. And then if you progress through that YTS system and the club can actually see you becoming a better player, then they're going to take the gamble on giving you the next year or two's contracts, so that if you progress again, they're like, well, he came through the YTS system and we're going to sell him for £1 million, which means we got him for nothing and we've just made £1 million. So absolutely, there's different avenues and routes that clubs will be taking. How can we bring in players for free that are showing good potential at the moment, with the hope of selling them on for a bit of profit?
Football needs players more than players need football. Expansion of football and the exponential growth that football is undergoing right now is pointing towards the need for more players. I mean, more players at a high caliber. Right now, there's players mightn't even get their game in the League of Ireland, for example, but could go to Saudi Arabia and get a contract over there. Because you have to have 22 players, and to put 11 players onto a field, you need to have a squad. So players, who are who have a proven track record of sticking it out for 3-4 years, of training 24/7, 365 effectively, like professionals, in an environment like a university program in the USA. And more of these opening up around the world, I'm sure, means that on your CV, you have something significantly strong.